do that. And if I die, I die. Whatever. We're gonna do it. We're gonna test it. Look, a Morble just spawned too.
You will.
Okay. Oh my god, I fucking hit a goddamn thing! I can't! Oh my god! I fucking don't! I am silent! Oh my god!
Alright, so what did she do? She had to do everything exactly?
No, you can just do the last part, which is the big somersault into the heart.
Have to jump?
You can jump. I mean, can you jump on your heels?
There you go, I did it.
Dies of cringe.
Welcome everybody to MogTalk. Today is April 1st, 2023. If you guys are unfamiliar with MogTalk, it's a show based around the Final Fantasy XIV community discussing everything from Savage Raiding to Chocobo Racing. And before we get started, I want to make sure to introduce our guest. We are going to be talking about the live letter today. And this is probably the best live letter I think I've ever seen. Like, I literally did not expect what we saw on there today. We'll get into that in just a second. But first, I want to start with Mizzteq. Could you tell everybody who you are?
Hi, I'm Mizzteq.
Who?
I don't usually sound like this. I'm a very sick tech.
Mm-hmm.
You may know me from such wondrous classics like the Sestasha Raid Guide on YouTube, a random Grubhub commercial a couple years back.
Oh, yeah.
And now the face of Corsair fidget spinners.
Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect.
But yeah, it's me. Hello, welcome.
Welcome, Mizzteq of the fidget spinners.
Real voice.
The rape. Llamatodd, you mind tell everybody who you are?
I'm just some guy. I like to play Final Fantasy XIV. I don't know why Frosty keeps inviting me here.
Don't know either.
I don't know.
Just play Final Fantasy XIV. There's more. You can do more.
Picking
You
up
can do
off
better
the
than
street. He's like, "Yo, I got this show." I'm like, "Okay."
Hey, you just
Why
want to
not?
come on for a bit. I need somebody.
Yeah, I just need somebody.
Okay, if you want to stick with that intro, I'm gonna leave you with it.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, that's good. Alright, guys. So, I brought these two wonderful guests together. Llamatodd, of course, been on the show multiple times. Mizzteq's been on the show multiple times. Over, like, 10 years now, it feels like, Miz. You've been on for a
Why are
lot.
you talking like this?
Huh?
I know I'm old, but come on. Don't put it
Well,
out
I
there.
mean, I'm in this grave, too. If you guys aren't
Are
familiar with either
we
one of
gonna
our
get
guests-
Lifetime Achievement Awards today? Is that it? Like, you're kind of setting it up like that.
We are.
Oh, okay.
Unexpectedly, you'll get the lifetime achievement for being a llama. I really don't know, Todd. I can't think of anything too special.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, before this show devolves too much more, let's go ahead and start talking about these crazy things that we saw during the live letter. As you guys know, if you watched it, if anyone's watched the live letter, right at the very beginning of the event, they brought on someone we kind of didn't really expect them to bring on, really out of nowhere. They brought on Yoko Taro. And they said that they were going to make him the lead in both the writing and in the battle design. And have either one of you played Nier?
Yep.
Yeah?
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit. It is absolutely bizarre that they made this decision, because I don't know what direction. I mean, the Nier raids inside Final Fantasy XIV, they were pretty cool. It looked like they were actually bringing Nier into the game, like the setting pieces and everything else. And all I can imagine is that Yoko Taro is just going to keep doing that, right? And so we're just going to like eventually evolve into like these destroyed, abandoned cities and everything else. And I'm really curious. What do you think that Yoko is going to bring to the game?
More phallic-shaped robot bosses, probably.
You know what? The Tonberry outfit.
Oh, it'll go well with those. Yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to make sense. It really is starting to make sense. I really didn't expect that to correlate, but it did. But yeah, no. So more phallic shaped robots. Okay, Miz.
I said butts. I don't know if you heard that earlier. That's all I can think of.
Oh, but
Butts.
well, I mean,
But honestly, it kind of makes sense if you think
Yes.
about the whole thing. The
Yeah.
story is wrapping up with 6.0, right?
yeah,
From here on out, it's going to be completely brand new.
yeah.
With Yoshi P retiring, it kind of makes sense that they would bring on Yoko Taro. Like,
Mhm.
we're going to
mean-
get butts. Lots and lots of butts.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
need
going
butts.
Final Fantasy 16, we didn't see that turn happening where he was going to go full dedicated to that. Right? I mean, just kind of came out of nowhere. But you know, Yoshi needs to do what he needs to do too. But Yoko Taro, you know, I am excited to see what a near MMO would look like. It's weird they're just taking Final Fantasy 14 and building off upon that, taking the Alliance raid and saying, all right, well, this went apparently so well that we're just going to keep going with the rest of the expansion. So if you guys haven't done those raids, I'd recommend doing them because they will hint at least towards 7.0. But I mean, he went off screen like immediately after that. I mean, there's so much we don't have enough information to really dive into that too much more, but I mean, that is something that we're going to be talking about for a while. And again, like I said, this is the most impressive live letter I think I've ever seen because I didn't expect it. We always expect the same stuff every single time we see a live letter. Oh, well, here's the notes for the next one. We're going to get the new raid. We're going to get the new dungeon. We're going to get the new everything. And then they're like, hey, you're going to have to do Island Sanctuary in order to get into the new raid. And like, that threw me off. Like, you have to cap out your island, so we're going to have a world race.
That was just one requirement, though. You actually have to get a house, too. Like your
Oh,
own house,
yeah.
before you can raid. That's just to unlock it. Normals.
They said that you need both a house and to cap
No
out islands.
homeless raiders allowed.
Yeah.
That's it's discrimination, and I hate it.
It is absolutely insane. But I mean, like, if they want to up the intensity of what they had before, because Savage was really, really rough. I mean, Savage was probably as rough as it's been for a while. I mean, the Raiders were hurt by a 1%. Okay, a 1% on the last raid. And they're like, you know what? You guys are a bunch of babies. See how likely you're going to get into this next raid. You don't need just skill. You need actual RNG to be able to pass it. And stop crying about crit RNG. Here you go.
But
Now have
it's
housing
not just
RNG.
the RNG, you know? Like, once you start decorating your house, there's like this new sort of like, I don't know, it's almost like a housing credit or housing score that you get from the items that you put in your house. And you
Like
need to
social
have that
credits.
housing. Yeah, it's like a social credit thing where it has to be up to like at least 500 to be even like eligible to unlock the raid. So
And how many people's blacklists you're on. That counts, too.
Oh,
negatively or positively?
Yeah.
Did they talk about that? I don't know if they
Yeah, I
said.
don't know.
I
You
don't
know,
know.
there's the whole Twitter thing about having like secretly like ban stuff and stuff in the background, and I think there could be a system like that going on that's equivalently or like equating out to what you guys are talking about right now.
Kind of like the Twitter algorithm.
Yeah,
that
the
was
Twitter algorithm.
released, you know,
Yeah.
and
Right.
it's like all these little things that like either put you above everyone else or not. Basically that.
You know what's really crazy? I'm starting to put that together now too, because they were having that housing special where Foxclaw, right, is actually judging or like going through and doing housing like reviews and everything else. And I was like, well, that's kind of random. I don't know why.
Foxclawn's
Because
neighborhood, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah.
it's part of the raid now. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about that. But there was. Oh, okay. There was some stuff in the community, the jokes, and I wouldn't make a joke, but I'm just going to let that lie because that got into a bad direction. But it's something about housing and, you know, taking it seriously. It actually
and Elon
matters.
Musk buying
now.
Final Fantasy 14. I forgot to like segue into that too with the
Oh,
Twitter.
what? Right.
The what? Go. No,
Yeah,
say it again. I'm sorry. I misheard it.
What?
No, you said something. I don't know what it was, though.
I said, so when I mentioned the Twitter algorithm, it had to segue into Elon Musk buying Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, no. Yeah.
All right.
That
That'll go
deal,
well.
I think it will spark some level of protest in the community. I don't think that's going to go through. I feel like even if it did, I mean, we're moving on with Yoshi to Final Fantasy 16, you know, and they could do kind of what they're doing with Diablo right now, where they're adding in all these kind of MMO interactive environments, and they're going to do that for Final Fantasy 16 as well, where when you're playing, you see other people in the world with you. And so if you're seeing these other players in the world, maybe that's the direction. Maybe it's just moving on to Final Fantasy 16 and playing that moving forward, and Final Fantasy 14 will be just the Twitterverse MMO. I don't know.
I think it's just going to go mobile, right?
Yeah, they might take it mobile. You're right.
And then pay to win. Actually,
yeah.
pay to win.
Yeah, move the mobile team over. Didn't Final Fantasy 11 go to mobile?
Oh, they tried, but then they gave up, so they're going to do it for
move the
14.
team over. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All right. No, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, besides all of that, they even did something that was a little bit more weird too. They mentioned some PvP changes were coming up, and these PvP changes, they said they're done. They said they're done. Crystalline Conflict, not a lot of people are liking it right now. So what they're going to do is actually put all their resources into Lords of Verminion and trying to boost that up with tournaments and trying to get like live interactive tournaments going with Lords of Verminion. And so they said, hey guys, we've been working on this the entire time it's been out. We add new minions. We add new abilities.
Hey, I'm down.
We're tired of putting work into this and not having people play it enough. And so they're going to start doing seasons and series for Lords of Verminion and exclusive glamour that I think they're going to want because they show a lot of butt.
It's funny because that's exactly why I've been unlocking Lords of Vermilion. Verminion?
Yeah,
I can't even say
it. Yeah.
Mizzteq's got the inside scoop.
Yeah. Oh, man. So I'm looking forward to that because I didn't think that was going to be the gold saucer update because I keep talking about this gold saucer thing. And I was like, no, they're never going to do it. They're just going to keep kind of sidetracking it. But this time, they actually did a deep dive into it. And so Lords of Verminion's part of it, right? That's part of their new PvP. They're moving forward.
Right.
They're also adding in a golf minigame. And so it's going to be sort of like Mario Golf, but with, Final Fantasy 14 characters. You'll have Yoshida to play. Not Yoshida, Y'shtola. Sorry, Y'shtola and Thancred are going to be characters you could choose from.
Gobbert.
Yeah. Oh gosh. And
well,
then,
I mean, the biggest surprise was the Blitzball being added. I think Mr. Happy's really gonna love that.
Yeah.
Every time I go to his stream, he's playing Blitzball.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Finally.
Do you want to actually dive into sort of the elements of how they plan to implement that into the game, Todd?
Well, I think the first arena is like in the Ruby Sea, right? Like the turtles are and stuff. I think that's one, and there's going to be like an old Chilean like Bay arena too. I think a few others. You know, right? Where they are.
You're forgetting to mention that before you're even allowed to play Blitzball, you have to read an 137-page dissertation on the rules of Blitzball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before you can actually go in.
Because they were pretty upset because they believe people aren't reading the terms of service recently. And they're like, hey, we need to train you guys how to play this game because you're obviously missing some of the key points. And so you need to learn how to read documentation. And so this is part of the challenge. And that's honestly, seriously, kind of the response I expected from Yoshida to come up eventually. Because a lot of people were just skipping over to terms of service. And they're like, hey, you need to read all this stuff in order to move forward. And so they're training us to be better gamers.
Yeah, well,
I think we do need to do that.
It's actually going to be gated behind the ocean fishing update. So you actually have to go out, catch a Blitzball, and actually to catch a certain number, then you can unlock it. Then you can play.
Catch a Blitzball.
Catch a Blitzball.
It's harder than you think. It's just out there. It's like a Pokemon. It's just in the water.
Go grab it. And when you get it, it will have unique values to it, like how deflated it may be.
It's like a bobber. It's just kind of out there,
Yeah.
Just scoop it up.
And I mean, it seems like we're jumping all over the place, guys. It really does. But there's just so much that they went over. And it felt like chaos watching the live letter. It literally felt like chaos. I was just sitting on the edge of my seat thinking,
I know.
How is Twitter going to stay alive? I mean, honestly,
what are they going to add next?
Yeah. Oh, what are they going to do? Like, are we just moving into a new game? They were like graphic updates in 7.0. Well, they didn't say a whole new game update, completely changing the game design, the direction. I mean, they've had this working formula for so long. And I guess with 7.0, they just want to change everything back up and move it forward. And they're giving us this kind of early access into their design and changes within the next, couple of patches. And so, and they... Did you guys hear?
That was another big surprise, though.
Yeah,
since they figured out that top was the fan favorite raid of everyone. Now all raids are top.
Yeah,
every single raid and instance is top.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And you can't leave until you clear it.
Yeah. I was actually going to get onto that point because no one really expected where the Tataru quest was going to end up. And then when it ended up in an ultimate, after he said there wasn't going to be a third one, and now we have Top Tataru. It's actually going to be... see, like me, I was joking. I was like, who wants to know about this character at all? I get it. Makes clothes, cool, everything. But what is this even going to look like? Like, what does that ultimate even look like? I can't even envision it. All they did was say ultimate.
You know that
and they
like
had her
Shantoto
laugh.
fate that we had to do back in A Realm Reborn? Or if you played Final Fantasy 11, I'm sure you're aware. It's basically that.
Okay. You didn't play Final Fantasy 11 though, Mizz.
Incorrect. I did a whole month of the free trial.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
a whole month. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
But you didn't play it when it originally came out, right?
No. I played it like last year or something.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah, everybody was wondering about the Final Fantasy 11 team and kind of going into maintenance mode and everything. It's starting to make sense, right? Because they're moving a lot of those resources over here. And so I was worried that like things might start to get stale and repetitive and everything else, but we're in for a weird summer. A really weird summer. They said that they felt like the players' response to Criterion Dungeons were so unjustified and not correct that they're taking all rewards, any kind of reward at all, away from it now.
They actually remove materia from your inventory when you clear it.
Yeah.
That is it costs you. You have to to enter. You have to give materia up. Then you get nothing.
So
you leave.
What's really weird is that is actually one of the design choices they talked about for a little bit. They said that they feel like this game is not punishing enough. I never played Ultima Online, but I feel like wasn't that a little punishing
back? Throwback.
Yeah.
Sure was.
And Yoshida brought it back up with the polar bears and everything else, and he says, guys, it's not just this. We want to start punishing, people for messing up mechanics. So if you go and you do Party Finder now, and you repeatedly mess up mechanics, you'll just start losing things in your inventory randomly. And if you're like, well, I'm not going to keep it in my inventory, it will go into your retainer's inventory, your Chocobo saddlebag. It will kill your Chocobo at some point.
And you know what? It's retroactive too. So Frosty's inventory is squeaky clean. There's nothing in there.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Cleared out.
It will.
Good job, man.
The things I put on Market Board will revert from the person who bought it on the market board and just destroy it. And then, it will keep in their inventory though as shattered, and it will say this is broken because Frosty couldn't do P1 and
I think it's the same system as showing you who crafts items. It shows you who shatters the item.
Yeah. It will show you. Man, this is literally, again, we were all like, oh, this game's going casual, and Yoshida was like, I'm done with this nonsense.
Yeah, he literally said 14 players are getting too soft.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is your doing, chat. You did this.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I'm really impressed with everything that he went over in the live letter. And we could spend literally years talking about these new systems. I'm sure I got a show every weekend for probably the next until the expansion comes out, discussing how the design is changing for Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, just this live letter, each weekend. You're set, man.
And he was like, you know what? We're putting Savage during FanFest. Literally the same week FanFest is coming out.
Well,
Savage.
You have to get a ticket to FanFest, and then while you're at FanFest, there's another queuing
FanFest
system.
exclusive. Savage is a
you know-
FanFest exclusive.
Yeah, there's like a
Early
a,
access
like
to
a
it.
queue simulator, and then you have to like go to these kiosks, and you have to like open up a bunch of browsers, and then you have to queue to get in, like to reserve your spot for the Savage raid.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like a little like progress bar with the walking man, and then you just sit there and stare at it, and then it never moves, and then you can't raid.
There's also a chance that like a dude will come out of the booth with a giant like billboard sign that says 90K, and it smacks you
90K
with it when
hits
you're
you in the
standing there.
head.
Yeah,
It just
pushes you all
knocks
the way
you
back
out
to
of
the
your
back of the
chair, and then someone else comes in your spot, and you just, I mean, it's RNG. Literally, that's how MMOs work. RNG. They're like, they need to actually bring that back into the game and make it a core element. People were complaining about, you know, so much stuff in Final Fantasy 14. I mean, we should have just shut up. We shouldn't have said anything. We
should have
honestly
appreciated what we had.
Yeah, literally, we should have appreciated the Final Fantasy 14. They worked so hard on this. There was a breaking point. There was going to be a breaking point, and we've hit it. But you know what? It's an exciting time. I'm going to see if they can make this game go into the next iteration of what MMOs are going to be like. Maybe they're making a bold change here, but I don't know. It's going to be weird. Anyways, I guess that's good. Guys. I tried. I'm sorry to run out of ideas. I think we did pretty good there. That was like...
No, there was actually one more thing.
Yeah.
This is probably the most important thing, because with 7.0 and the new stories and all that stuff, and Yakutaro taking over, I'm pretty sure they're like firing the entire dev team and replacing it with AI.
Oh yeah.
So who even knows like what we're gonna get? You know,
Literally,
that's right. AI generated content, like just forever.
They are going to use ChatGPT to take your account information, put it into an algorithm with ChatGPT, look up information about you, and customize the quest and the interactions and all of the text around you personally. So if you were, you got some weird stuff out there on the internet, this game about to get spicy. It's about to get real weird. A Send-Off is going to have a really strange time in Final Fantasy 14 going forward. He should have thought twice about posting all that stuff on Twitter. Okay. All right. We're good. I could probably think up some more stuff. But we could probably spend at least the next hour and a half actually talking about the live letter if you guys want to.
Yeah, I suppose.
I don't do April Fools or holiday stuff enough, and I really should. This was a last second thing that I just presented to Mizzteq and Llamatodd. And I was just like, let's just get out there. Let's just do it.
Except now we have like the actual dev team over here taking notes.
Yeah, taking notes.
Yeah. Like, oh wait, they like that?
Wow, that's actually a good idea. So yeah, PvP still exists. I will say that there is a lot of stuff during this live letter that I do want to talk about seriously. The very first thing is that they did bring out somebody that was special at the very beginning of the show, and there's mixed reactions about this guest in particular. I would love to hear your thoughts about it with the new CEO. He looked so young. He looks...
Is that a bad thing?
Is that? I mean,
so we have
good, right?
the CEO of Square Enix right there, and
But is he young, or is he like Yoshi P young, where he doesn't even like look at all his age?
I don't know. It just felt really odd and out of place to see someone that was so young in the middle of two. Yoshi, ages very well, but he has had 10 years of Final Fantasy 14 that has given him some graceful aging. I will be fair about that. But is he Yoshi P's age? Am I wrong?
Apparently he's 2 years younger.
Oh, really? Is that it? Oh. Okay.
Oh, I had no clue. It threw me off so much, to be completely honest with you.
Todd and I are both like questioning our life choices that we look this old. No, I'm kidding.
No. But it was strange. And it's a bittersweet thing I think for a lot of people because I think a lot of people were kind of uncomfortable about the change. I don't know if this was some way to try to like relieve people's fears and worries and everything else, but I don't know. What are your thoughts on this, guys?
So I haven't actually like paid attention to what the general consensus or whatever was behind the new CEO, but I did notice what the like feeling, whatever the mindset was after the old CEO was relieved of his duties. And I think a lot of it came from this whole like unknown NFT, like, oh my God, how dare they like change or go this direction that everyone is, despises or hates.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. So it seemed almost like a sigh of relief when they announced that previous CEO was stepping down. So I don't know. I haven't really heard anything new about the new guy, but it seems to be more positive. Maybe. I don't know. Is the internet ever positive on anything?
True.
Always. Twitter's always just a place of positivity.
A ray of sunshine.
So is Reddit and 4chan. But
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really know much about this, but I guess the same thought process is just like NFT or not. Like, please no, please don't.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with
it.
you, it would be really silly to touch anything with Final Fantasy XIV right now. It is a very successful game at the moment, and they are doing very well. Any changes?
Yeah, but isn't that like the number one like thing that these corporate heads kind of look for to then ruin? Like, it's like prime breeding ground for who knows.
It's doing great.
Nonsense.
Yeah, how can we screw it up?
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, I can't really. Literally has not done anything yet that I've seen. So we'll see. It could go in any direction. It just felt odd because when I saw him and I didn't know anything about him, he looked like a kid with a guitar. And I don't know if that sounds horrible to say, but that's what it looked like. But
I thought it was like bring your nephew to work day or something. It's like, here, hold this guitar and stand here for the photo.
Yeah.
Do you see this thing in chat that says Yoshi P saying that the game engine is so old that it can't support Web3, so we're safe for now? So all those times that you're complaining about like spaghetti code and like 1.0 leftover nonsense.
Yeah, it's protecting us.
It could be worse.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse. Okay. So, I mean, that was one of the things, right? And so that's the first thing I noticed. And they went into a handful of different things. They went into what's coming up in 6.4, the stuff's coming in 6.38, what's coming in 6.45, and sort of the loose timing of everything that will be coming out. The timing was the most important part to me. To get some light confirmation that the patch is coming out near the end of May. Which seems right. And then they said they're going to 100% give it one more week. Do you guys feel good about that?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think general consensus is that we're looking at the 23rd for the main patch and then the 30th for the raid patch.
Yeah.
Which to me seems reasonable.
Yeah.
I hope. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I like that week times. Like
the extra week is nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
If they do it at that time frame, that would be probably perfect for everything that I have going on with Savage. The thing that would be a little bit goofy is if they put it 1 week ahead. The only reason I say that is because they said approximately 8 weeks afterwards they're going to do the Criterion Dungeon patch. And that would fall, I think, literally the week of FanFest.
Yeah.
So, if we're looking at that, let me count that again. So my calendar.
FanFest is what, 28th, 29th?
Yeah.
That's right.
So, yeah, it might honestly fall on that. Or like the
Might
week right
be.
before.
8. Yeah. So if they did it exactly 8 weeks after, if they did it the patch on the 30th and they did it exactly 8 weeks after, it would be the same week as FanFest. So it's a little bit goofy. They did say approximate, so it could be 7 or 9, right? They can.
I could see them delaying it or at least putting it right before FanFest, maybe. I
Yeah.
don't think that they would do it the same week as FanFest, but you never know. It could. The thing that we were saying earlier might come true. Where, FanFest ticket gets you early access
Yeah.
to Savage Criterion, except
Right.
you can't actually play it because you're at FanFest.
Yeah. Yep. We'll see how it all plays out. I do think that I would vote for the first of the two options with May, because that makes the most sense, and that would literally, hopefully, benefit me the most. So I'm gonna put all my planning on that week. If they move it, I'll just swear a lot. Nothing else I could do. But I'm looking forward to it. After the last World Race, seeing what Savage is going to look like and trying to figure out how that's going to work. Because it's literally a fraction of what Ultimate is in timeline for the World Race. It's going to be kind of crazy. You guys think this Savage is going to be harder or easier? Because they did talk about that a little bit too, right?
I hope it's just super easy.
I feel like no matter what they say now, I don't trust them.
No.
Like after top, I can't.
We need
it's
a
like
break.
almost like I can't. I'm like misaligned with their opinion on content difficulty and like what I would, like how I would describe something. But
yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
More tethers, towers, and
realistically-
bleeds, please.
Oh God, please no, stop.
All those things.
They should make it.
I don't know about like
layers.
mechanics like that. I think where the concern would be having like that like 1 GCD window tightness of DPS check for like like P8S part 1 was or whatever week 1, right? I think that was like the biggest concern this past Savage, right?
I think, well, I mean, if they're giving us a week as well, everyone's going to be slightly better geared than they would have been.
We had a week last time, just hang.
We did.
We did.
Yeah, we had the trial weapon, right? And then you can farm some tombstones.
Yeah, right before release, yeah. And so I feel like DPS check doesn't need, I mean, honestly, it's fine. I don't know. It is going to be what it is. If it turns out to be a 12-hour race, though, I'll be a little bit sad. We'll see how difficult. They usually go down a little bit, don't they? From the second one, they always try to make it a little bit easier. Do you guys want to?
But
Kind
I
of.
don't know.
Do you guys want a door boss?
I mean, I think we're gonna get one. I don't know if I want one, but I think we're gonna get one.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like the door boss is just like standard now, But we'll see. Maybe not.
I mean, Shiva was our last one without a door boss, so all right.
True. It's a good fight.
It was a really good fight, but people complained.
People are gonna complain no matter what. Let's establish that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But all right. I mean, and the images they showed for it were pretty cool. I mean, every time I see
how
stuff,
how do we pronounce that though? Can we go?
I don't
into
have
that?
literally no
I
clue.
gave up.
Anabesios
Asking for a friend.
something, yeah.
Blah blah broides oasis.
Yeah. They are just messing with us at this point.
Oh, we thought Asphodelos was hard.
Yeah.
Abyssus was easy, and then they just slammed us with this word I've literally never seen in my life. But
Did they say it on the live letter? I went through a lot of notes and
They
saw like,
might have, but I don't know.
Boss's name is like hepatitis or something. I don't know.
yeah. Oh, jeez, man.
We need like some Greek scholars in chat to tell us how to actually pronounce this stuff.
Yeah. Man, I just stopped trying at this point. It's just a running gag to say things incorrectly. I don't know what it is. I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna look stupid and be okay with it. It's part of my branding anyways. But yeah. I'm looking forward to that. And then they're going to the other thing. They're going to come out with the regular stuff like the new dungeon. We don't normally get excited for new dungeons, right? I mean, we're like, hey, it's cool. It'll be neat for the one time that we run through it, and then the expert every once in a while. But it did look kind of neat. Like, we get some clue into how the main story quest is going to go and everything else. There's polar bears, right? Other things. Do you have any thoughts on what they showed us for it?
I mean, outside of it looking cool, It could look literally like
Yeah,
the greatest thing ever. And the problem for me specifically is that I just don't enjoy that content, you know? And it's a shame because we've gone from like the 3 dungeons to the 2 to the 1 now. And so maybe they're getting that from like the general player base too. But it's just as content, it's just not very fun, you know? Like I'm sure it's very pretty and like a lot of the times like what we're looking at is awesome and like the bosses are cool, but after like that first week I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to do this, like
no, it becomes a grind, and then it's like your same
which is such a
experts
shame,
on
right?
repeat. Like I wish they would have like some kind of time walking thing with experts. Like I wouldn't mind just having some scaled up like level 90 dungeons just to give us some more variety. For
Yeah, or
experts.
even
Like, I'm
just
tired of the same 2.
this is honestly like a potentially like a self-fulfilling prophecy from like years ago, because people used to hate having the dungeons that had like branching paths or, you know, were slightly longer because, you know, they were just there to farm whatever and they only wanted to do it as quickly as possible. And they only wanted to do Amdapor Keep because it was like 3 sets of trash that you could pull out at once and home gang, whatever. It was done in like 10 seconds. And now that's what they've given us every patch, everyone's like, oh, it's so boring.
How about this? How about this? What if we had like for the next dungeon, we just have like a big open arena, and you put all the trash and all 3 bosses like all together, and we pull everything at once and just
like
AoE
Trial of the Crusader and WoW.
yeah, just AoE everything down, including the bosses.
Yeah. I mean, they could fix this, right? By making savage dungeons.
It's way more efficient.
They could say, hey.
Do you think that like Criterion dungeons kind of makes up for it? I feel like Criterion dungeons, it doesn't happen enough, you know, to like kind of fill that void. But I think as a thing, it was nice to have.
Oh, and so
that's for fun.
I would like to ask you guys this as well. The Criterion dungeons are actually pretty interesting, right? People like it. The loot doesn't encourage you to do it more.
Loot?
Yeah.
What loot?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, did you get something?
Well, there's stuff that drops you could sell on the market board, whatever, right? But I mean, here's the thing. They could just, when they release this one dungeon, make a savage version of it, and people would be excited to run that too, right?
I mean, something like Mythic Plus would be kind of cool.
I have asked for that every single time I've spoken to Yoshi.
Yeah.
And he always said no, and then we got Criterion dungeons and Savage dungeons. So maybe eventually we'll get something to like that, you know, level of a system that we can actually call, you know, some sort of replayability dungeon content. But
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, Criterion dungeons hopefully will be enough to convince them. But the thing is, they have no activity in there, so they don't. Maybe they're thinking, oh well, people don't like it. They're not doing it over and over again.
Well, I mean, people did it the first 2 weeks or whatever until they cleared it, you know, for EPN status. But the fact that there's no, you know, like loot that you can actually get out of there that's like significant and like prestigious, that's what doesn't make people go back in later, you know, like months later and stuff. I think if they had like maybe even like a tiered system of rewards or something, anything, like any carrot on the stick. I'm doing the Llamatodd dailies right now, so carrot on a stick that you can that you can like dangle in front of people. I don't even think it needs to be that crazy, you know, like just anything that's there and out of reach and like, you know, slightly difficult to get, people will go for it. They just need reason to.
Yeah, more glamours and or like adventurer plate enhancements or something.
Just slap on some sparkly pixels on, you know, gear that already is in the game, and people will go rabid for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like weapon glamour effects that you can apply to like your current weapons or something.
Yeah.
Like just something something sparkly, swirly.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll hopefully see. They didn't mention anything. Well, like the Criterion dungeons, like it's coming out, but they didn't mention anything about changes they're making to them, right? Or did I miss that?
No, just that a new one was coming out, I believe.
Yeah. Nothing
A
really
completely different one. And this is unrelated to the first one. So again, people have no reason to really run them in order, or, you know, like they could just pick whichever one they want to unlock and go for.
Yeah. Did they say, so they said it was unrelated. Did they say what it was related to in any regards at all? It looked like
They might have.
An old, like sort of like Heaven on High style.
Oh yeah, it's like Yeah, I had that.
Tower of something, no? Is that, am I misremembering that? Or was it mountain or something? I don't know. Some high object.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
It did look like Doma Palace. Yeah.
it did.
And so that is interesting in some regards. Maybe instead of Nomino, we're going to get...
There you go. Mount Rock on. Rock on.
Rock on. Okay, brother.
Who's the main story people again from Stormblood? That expansion.
Gosetsu.
Getsetsu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gosetsu.
maybe he'll
Rosetsu. That'll be fun. Okay.
Yeah.
bring them and make them involved in this as well. Yeah, that could be interesting. Hein, yeah, Yogiri. So I don't know. I wish they would have given. I mean, honestly, it's like a 0.5 edition, so probably want to hold that a little bit closer to them. But I wish they would have said something in regards to criticism about the Criterion Dungeon. Something, anything.
Yeah,
I don't think they've
like,
acknowledged it.
better rewards or something. It would have been nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Give us
they've
some
ever
hope.
acknowledged it, have they? Like the like uproar about no rewards really for it.
No.
Not that I
I don't
know
think we
of.
ever really talked about it ever.
So yeah, maybe in the next live letter, maybe in something, right? You know what? It's been a while since I had an interview with Yoshida. Maybe I should send an email. Maybe it's time.
Do it.
Do it for us, Frosty.
Yeah. Let me add this to my questions. Hold on. Notepad ++. Criterion Dungeon loot question. Let's see if I can get lucky. I don't know. Sometimes I can. The other thing is they talked about the Unreal, which is a nice side thing. Do you think we're gonna have the Skip Soar stuff come back?
Are you attacking me right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll happen.
Yeah.
I was actually pretty surprised. Maybe I'm out of touch. So I'm like an old Final Fantasy boomer, but I was surprised that they actually, the Final Fantasy 14 Twitter account actually said Skip Soar. Well, honestly, even like the whole everything was like Skip Soar, skip score.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny to me that that is now become like a thing. But it's crazy to me that there are people playing this game that don't know the original
Yeah.
thing, you know, and it just adds on to my years, the weight of age on my shoulders, where I'm like, oh my god, this is totally like 2 years ago, but nope, it's been like 7 years since that, so I don't know.
It's been a really long time since Heaven's Ward. Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it, but maybe it'll be fun. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of a weekly thing. Now that I'm doing like full-time streaming Final Fantasy 14, I'm like, do all the things, right? So it's not like extra side content. It's like, oh, this is content to do. And so I don't know. I went back and I died so many times in the most recent Unreal, and it's the first Unreal I've ever done. And I was like, yeah, I remember this being easier back in the day for some reason. Maybe I was just younger.
We were better at math back then.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I know. Counting
That was
things.
my biggest thing, because like going into it, the few times that I have gone into Sophia Unreal, I've been like, I can't count. Like I literally just cannot count anymore.
Yeah. It's done. All your brain
I just
power.
follow someone else, you know.
It's like,
Oh, they look confident.
Just,
Like follow
I'll just
them.
follow someone.
yeah.
Yeah, see, I got this shirt on right here. Just follow the triangle, mark someone.
That's a great shirt.
Yeah, I did that with you before Todd and I died.
Well, I was baiting you. I wanted you to die.
I believe it.
It's okay.
I
know.
believe it.
I just want to see if you were paying attention. You could think for yourself.
You know, I was in some way. I paid attention that I can't trust Todd to do mechanics properly. I figured that. That one time you messed up, and I will hold it against you forever.
It's part of my training. It's like, will they follow me to their death knowingly?
Yeah,
It's like you can't trust a streamer, you know.
yeah.
I know.
You could be
'cause not
talking
that
to
they're
their chat.
malicious, but
Streamers-
every
streamers
now and then they're
play
gonna go
perfectly.
streamer brain on you, and then you will die.
You do. We look over to our chat or something, and it's like, oh
Like,
yeah. What number was I?
I noticed this.
That's where the Miss Murder emote comes from. Like exactly that.
Yeah. My favorite thing to say, and you know, while streaming and I mess up mechanic, is typing in chat saying sorry, I was speaking to chat. It's just
And then you
Sorry,
get hit
I'm a
with that.
streamer.
What does that mean? Are you a streamer?
yo, yeah.
Streaming? You streaming right now?
No.
No, not at all.
No, I'm talking to someone else's chat on Twitch. Sorry. Anyways, we're finally getting the new Extreme 2. I mean, do they usually? They don't usually tell us who it is, right? Oh, so
I think it's because they knew that everyone else knew.
pretty
Like,
obvious.
it's not the least kept secret.
We know.
Yeah.
But there was some debate that I did see online about what the next Extreme will be, since this one has been basically confirmed. And I think people would have assumed that this would have been the last one. So now there's speculation on what's the final one, and there's some theories going around.
What are the
I
theories?
don't know how spoilery you want to be. The little dragon lady sister thingy that we're
gonna fight her. Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I think the top theory right now is that we're gonna fight her as the final boss.
That fits Final
Maybe.
Fantasy theme so well. Final
Makes
Fantasy
sense.
14, kill the person you were trying to save. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the trial where we fight ourselves, we're the primals.
Yeah, we almost had it.
We kind of had that with
Almost.
the Warriors of Darkness, right? A little bit.
Yeah, we were getting close
Kind of,
to it.
in a way.
Close to it. But okay. Then we have, let's see, job icons showing up. The new UI changes. So those are good. They look great. But I don't know.
It's going to come in handy when you like block out the names and stuff when you post something on Twitter when trying to meme on someone. Like you can at least you don't have to write in what the jobs are. It's
I love that your use case scenario is you memeing on someone on Twitter.
Yeah, now you don't have to say
This is the paladin said this. This is the paladin. Remember that. Now it's just the job icons there.
That's true, because you probably have only one job allowed in your raid.
Yeah, it's
right?
perfect.
Oh.
Can we talk about what my most anticipated change? Or not
Yes.
change, but update?
Yes.
Blue Mage stuff!
Woo! I've never done any of the new...
You haven't? At all?
I've leveled it
That's
up
actually
some.
pretty
I haven't
fun.
gotten all the abilities.
It's so fun.
When did Blue Mage come out again?
I don't know.
I don't know.
been a while.
3.6 or something?
3.6?
while.
Was it?
I
Was
just
it in
put that
Heaven's
on my
Word?
ass. I don't know.
In the before times.
Yeah, literally.
And it sounded like this was a whole new system they're going to do is start releasing some limited jobs.
I would like
yeah.
a Blue Mage Ultimate just for funsies, or just let us let us in there. Let the Blue
Yeah,
Mages
just
go in there.
let you loose, and if you they don't even have to test to see if it's killable.
No.
Just
Yeah.
let us in there and have fun.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so that people don't cheese it or whatever to get ultimate titles, you could just give us a new title. The
Yeah,
Blue
new title.
Legend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Blue
The
Woo,
Blue-gend.
Blue Cob. Yeah,
Yeah, just put blue in front of whatever
Blue
the
tea,
current title
yeah.
is. Blue Alpha Legend, Blue
Mhm.
Timeless or Perfect Legend. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun, honestly. Again, they don't even have to test it. Just let us loose and see what happens.
Yeah.
I feel like even from a Twitch sort of streaming world first race kind of idea, just unleash blue mages in there and just see what they come up with, I think would be really cool. Because you
It
have
would be.
so many spells to pick from, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like the combinations that you could see would be awesome. I think it'd be really cool, but
Yeah. Yeah. I am 100% in agreement.
Yeah, just let them in a party finder too.
Yeah.
you can tell that it's a content lull currently because of all the crazy ideas we're coming up
Yeah.
with. We just want something. Give us something.
Yeah. So Blue Mage is something that I just didn't have time. A lot of side content, due to all my dedications, everything else I had to do, and everything before the last month or so. Blue Mage is something I leveled up, but I never really got too far into. But I do think a lot of people love it, and it is content.
It's you
out
either
there.
love it or absolutely hate it. There is no
Mhm.
in between for this
Yeah.
this type of content, and I don't know why, but it's fun.
Yeah. It's fun. It's side stuff to do and mess around with and see if you could just challenge yourself, right? And I think what do they call it? The Carnival?
Yeah, Mass Carnival.
Carnival? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're gonna add more stuff to that. And so it's gonna be pretty interesting to see what they could do with it. It's just fine. It's funny that they throw it in there and you're just like, all right, let me ask you this question. As an ignorant Blue Mage player, have people completely broken all the challenges in that with Blue Mage? Like, it made it, like, trivial because of the abilities they have? Or is it balanced and pretty tuned for what you have available as a Blue Mage?
So I think I did most of them before a lot of the new abilities came out. So I don't know exactly if they've, going in with newer spells, if it's easier or anything. But from what I remember, there were a couple of the later challenges that are actually just challenging from like the mechanic itself, as opposed to like having a spell that can like overpower or like one shot something, So I want to say no, but I could be wrong. Like chat can pitch in here. For the most part, there's like certain things that are slightly easier in like the PvE achievements that you can get with Blue Mage, but they're not that much, of a significant drop in difficulty from what I've seen so far, honestly.
Okay.
It's funny that this type of content offers more rewards than Criterion dungeons. I was just thinking, or Savage dungeons, like
It does.
It really does. Like you get multiple achievements, multiple titles. You get the Mortal Mount, which is like way cooler than that cherry that you get out of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so weird. It's like, I wonder what happened with Criterion that they just were like, oh, we just forgot to add stuff to reward you with. Whoops.
I feel like we're going to come back to that like over and over again because it's just that it's constant topic of why? It doesn't make any sense. You could do all this stuff with Island Sanctuary, but you can't do this with Criterion Dungeon. I mean, how are you guys excited for the Island Sanctuary?
Oh man, I mean, don't get me started on that. It's just like I went in there like for a day, and then I never went back, and I just wish that I could just have my own house there. Just give me a house, like an actual house I can put furniture and stuff in. That would solve so many problems.
No house.
Well, they're kind of giving you that kind of with
outdoor furnishing. I mean,
yeah,
that's
it's not
a start.
Same, but yeah,
but
I know what you mean.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's that's nice, but it's like.
So for me, it's a little bit weird because Island Sanctuary is literally, and I'm not joking here, what kept me sane during the last Savage Prog. Week 1, it was so awful that every time we would wipe, and like, I'm telling you, I think we got to the last phase or the last fight, I don't know, like Thursday or something. And then I literally sat in Island Sanctuary the entire week all the way until reset because we couldn't, like, we were just in this constant, like, stressful place. And then I would pop out and just be in my Island Sanctuary and I would run around and like hit trees and stuff. And it was like so nice. But it's funny because I haven't like kept up with the most recent update with it. So I'm like super behind now. And now I'm like, oh gosh, there's another update coming. And I'm just like in this limbo of, oh, I got to catch up. But do I want to? I don't know. It's weird.
I think to me, like just the way Island Sanctuary is, with the whole gathering aspect, and of course we've played some Valheim, right? It could have a bit more customization, like where you could just like build things like freeform, like that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Did you ever play Wildstar, Todd?
Wildstar, yeah, I did.
Did you ever play with the housing in Wildstar? I've said this since the beginning. I would love if Final Fantasy Housing or even Island Sanctuary was what Wildstar Housing was.
I can't remember what the housing was like, but I remember.
So everyone gets their own instanced area for their house, and it's just like a giant plot of land, and you basically have the freedom to do whatever you want. So any item in the game, any sort of furniture or a housing item or anything that you like unlocked, you could then put in, and then change the size to like some ridiculously customization, like super small, super big. And
that sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the things that people came up with was like super creative because they were just free to do whatever they wanted.
A real sandbox. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So I feel like when they first like announced Island Sanctuary, there was like a tiny part of me that I was like, how cool would it be if they offered that flexibility? That's
freedom? What I was hoping. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, I think it's like a PlayStation limitation. I don't know if it's like the spaghetti code that we're, protecting us from NFTs or whatever. But I don't know what it is about this game where they'll implement systems that seem to be like the most convoluted solution.
Very rigid. Yeah.
I don't know.
Poor PlayStation, always getting the blame. They're keeping the PlayStation 4. It's still eligible to play the game. But it's not going to be, at least they were talking a little bit about that with 7.0, that they're going to keep it on board even with the graphic updates, and that people could enable it if they want to, but the PlayStation's going to blow up or something. They're just like, they're like, it's
Play at
we're
your
not
own
going to play
risk.
well, but you can turn it on if you want. Which is kind of interesting to be able to just toggle those graphics, updated graphics, whatever you want. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I hope by 8.0 they get rid of PlayStation 4. I think they would. But
About 8.0, man.
You think we'll still be alive? Do we have that much longer on
Oh
this
my
server?
God.
Jesus, man.
I didn't expect to be like grappling with my own mortality.
I
Frost.
know.
Jeez.
Like, okay. I was thinking, oh, hey, another Ultimate then. An 8.0, right?
That hurts. That hurts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just,
Do you think by then we'll clear top? Well,
Yeah. Then we can start the next tier.
oh boy. Speaking of which, I start messing around with that a little bit tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
Are you
In
doing
an
a
actual
Street
organized
Fighter Fighter?
group.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good
yeah.
luck.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be better than Party Finder. Party Finder was miserable. Because there's just like a handful of people all joining, like leaving groups and joining the same groups over and over again, and they keep running into each other, and they're like, "I'm failing because of you. You've been in my last couple of groups. I hate you," and they literally have no clue what they're talking about, and that's just everywhere in Party Finder with top right now, and people just don't get past P1 unless if it's like a group that knows each other, like half full, have a handful of just people who've kind of made it to those phases before. Party Finder top is not a fun experience right now. Same thing with Party Finder P8S in Phase 2. Phase 1's fine, but once you get to Phase 2, like, and you're trying to prog on that, they can't get past Phase 1, right? It's so, it's a weird experience. Although I think Party Finder might get a little bit more interesting when they unlock the loot restrictions.
Yeah, we'll probably get
Yeah.
some people coming back for
Exactly. Because I think like
We
most
don't mind.
veterans that don't want to help out will have that incentive, sort of.
Mhm.
Yeah, which is why I think they shouldn't wait this long to unlock a raid tier. Like,
Is it?
For
Has
me,
it been longer?
it's been
It
over.
feels like it's way longer.
It's like
this
over
time.
200 days. That's ridiculous.
When do you think Savage came out, Miss?
August.
So long ago. Honestly, feels like.
It was August. The end of August.
It's funny because I'll ask my chat. I'm like, "Oh, Savage should be unlocked by now, right?" And they're like, "No." And I was like, "How? Like it's been months."
The increase in
But,
like pace or spacing between the patches make it feel a lot longer as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit frustrating because people want to go in and just do it and not feel like they are going to limit people to loot and everything else. Although, I'm going to be honest, everyone that does Party Finder prog should never care about loot until they've cleared it. I mean, that's just literally it.
I feel like the next odd patch they should just unlock the previous raid tier.
Yeah.
Or,
That's what I
just-
thought with the timing was, but apparently not.
No.
No, they're like, no, you have to wait like several patches.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because like who cares? Like after 8 weeks or so, like or whatever.
The loot means literally nothing outside of Ultimate,
Yeah.
right?
Even
no.
then, it doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't. Like once it's cleared, you're cleared. Now you're just getting bis. You could, either help people better or do your, speed runs or funny number parties.
Yeah. So I don't know. It does need to have some sort of change. So we'll see how that all works out going forward. I don't know. They have. You know what? Can you unlock Savage loot sooner?
Yes.
Is that your notepad?
Yeah.
Please.
There we go.
And tombstones. We have too many jobs. And not
Oh
enough
my god,
tombstones.
yes. I think that's probably the
and
weirdest
more
thing that hasn't
tombstones.
Or just do something with the current gear so it's like if you change jobs, like if you have a one piece, like it'll like convert to something else. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like maybe that's too much, but
Mhm.
I just feel like all the casters can share the gear. Like why not all the melee?
Yeah.
That might help.
But we'll see. I mean, and this is coming out at the same time. They're like, "Hey, you guys can't play for a day." Did they say all regions are down or just NA? Can't remember.
For
I think it was
Monday?
I think it was
Monday.
NA hardware.
I think it's NA. Yeah,
Just
like it's
NA
the NA
only
data
that's
center
gonna be
that's being
down
Monday?
upgraded.
Mhm.
But I don't know if that means all of the regions are down, just to
I
like.
think it's all regions. Yeah, I think it's all regions. The chat believes
Yeah,
it's all
the
regions.
reason being
as well.
NA. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, all regions? Okay.
Yeah. And so if it is all regions, it's a pretty thanks EU, thanks JP for helping NA out, getting our backs on this. So what do you expect? Did they go into detail of what this new hardware is going to do for us? Is it just like
I don't know. Hopefully, stop the rubber banding that we get in instances sometimes.
Yeah, this past 2 weeks has been really bad for
or
random
maybe
lag too.
yeah, or maybe just like hopefully preparing for the maybe influx of people
Yeah.
for the next patch, like so we
Yeah.
don't get like
all
crazy
the
queues again.
expansion, right? They're
Mhm.
trying to go ahead and get the hardware in,
I would
make
hope.
sure it tests well,
Yeah, I would
and
hope.
there's no major issues.
Mhm.
So I don't know if they gave us a lot of information about what the new hardware is supposed to really do for us. But if we go in and we don't notice any difference, we'll be like, "Hey, what the hell, man?" And we'll leave it at that. But other than that, I don't know. I'm hoping for
Maybe
something
they're
good.
just future proofing or something, and this is like
Yeah.
the time to do it because it's
Yeah.
maybe the lowest
I would hope so.
yeah.
The least amount of load right now.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 14 goes down for too long. Gonna be good. Not for Square Enix.
Well, I mean, they do say play other games.
Well, they would have to refund subscriptions too. So
True. Well,
they do that. That's part of their MO. Is if they have really bad situations like that, they refund sub days. But yeah. So that's all happening. I don't think anything. What else is happening? Some PvP adjustments, I think, are coming on, and series are stopping and starting with Crystalline Conflict this coming Monday and Tuesday.
For any procrastinators, I think the important part was that you still have until 6.4 to get all of your items and stuff from the series, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that this is just like the new season coming up on Tuesday. So it doesn't change anything for your acquisition of the items, but you have until 6.4.
Okay. Yeah, it's just the stuff that's dealing with the ranks. Okay, that makes sense then. So that's gonna be interesting just to see what they think. Crystal Conflict is. Do you feel like it's in a pretty good spot? I guess in comparison to Feast, it's doing a lot better, right?
I play Warrior, so I think it's the greatest thing ever.
I mean, honestly,
love
every
it.
single job feels pretty good if you like that job. I mean, it feels good to play Dragoon and jump in the air and be like, I'm gonna hopefully kill somebody in a second. And, just sit there and aim your fall. Same thing with Machinist. You're just like, you're across the arena and just sniping somebody.
some neat abilities. Yeah, it feels pretty fun.
Yeah.
I think the biggest complaint I've heard about it is that the new map, like, I don't know if you've played it at all or anything, but everyone hates it from what I've seen.
Does everyone hate the new map?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Every time I play CC on stream and that map pops up, constant like, oh my god, this is the worst map ever, blah, 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 blah. I hate this map. And I don't know if it's like, for me, I always get killed by the robots because I am never paying attention because I'm busy doing warrior nonsense. And I could be that, but I don't know what it is about that map that just people don't like.
So it's the robots. It's all the robots.
Yeah, they like travel around and then do this like massive AoE. And it's like one of them is a gaze attack, so you can like turn around, not too bad to dodge. But then the other thing like literally just one-shots you. So if you're not paying attention, you get wrecked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys were complaining about Cloud9, which is still one of my favorite maps.
I like that one too, yeah.
It's so fun to see people jump in the air and be like, are they going to die? And just like having that excitement before they hit the ground, hoping that they die. Yeah, I love it. I love it so much. But I understand not everybody enjoys that kind of stuff, and that there's some little weird gimmicky stuff with it too, but that's what makes it exciting. At least from a spectator's standpoint.
Do you do Frontlines a lot?
Nope. Frontlines is boring to me.
Does anyone? No.
I mean,
they're not getting rid of, but temporarily have disabled. Which one? Seal Rock? It's the boring one, the awful one. I don't know which one. And
I don't do a whole lot of PvP.
because Frontlines are like the newer ones aren't bad, They're okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the old one, especially this one that I despise, which I like that they
I really like
on for a bit.
Yeah, I really like rated battlegrounds and WoW, so I kind of wish they'd maybe have something more.
It's hard to go
weird.
from WoW PvP to this game PvP.
It is like
it is very
'cause it's
hard.
all random. You can't like do your pre-mades because that'd be cool. Like have like a pre-made group and actually coordinate stuff.
Oh, people do
out
that.
there.
They do that. There's
Do they?
discords. I actually
do
queued
they?
into
How do you?
neutrally. Like I ended up on the same team as these Discord players, and oh my god, the like difference was insane.
How do you get on the same team though? Like, is it like queuing at the same
I
time
have
or
no
something?
idea. I think it's
That's-
like illegal, whatever stuff, criminal
Okay.
activity.
I guess. Huh.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they just like time it and then like communicate on Discord or something.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I don't want to get anyone in trouble. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember that whole situation either. But I do wish they did have more of a platform for. I wish they at least had custom matches. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
'Cause
for
then-
CC, I think it would be really cool.
Yeah. Well, they have that for CC, but I mean like the front lines. If they could do custom matches for that, and then let pre-made groups fight against other pre-made groups, because a lot of people.
To line up.
It is a lot of people, but you'd be surprised how many people would want to do it. So
Yeah, but don't you think that would just like end up in win trading?
Well, I mean, sorry, like custom matches, as in like outside of the ranking system.
Gotcha,
Yeah. And so I think that could be pretty interesting. Yeah, and also in chat, yeah, capture the flag. I don't know why they haven't really tried harder to bring that into the game. I feel like that would work fairly well, but I don't know. We're not going to see any other major PvP adjustments outside of maybe adjusting the frontline stuff and trying to get that all with the new PvP mode and everything else. Crystalline Conflict seems to be doing pretty well. I think people are holding I think at least at a casual level it's doing pretty well. I think some of the more competitive side is starting to build a bit too. Just there isn't a lot officially supported competitive yet. But maybe.
I think my one gripe about the sorry, my dog's freaking out. Hold on.
Yeah, no problem.
The biggest thing is it feels like if you are busy doing something else when it releases, like when the season releases or the series releases, for example, if you're raiding Savage or like you're doing PvE content, you don't have time for PvP. It feels like if you don't start on like day one and you're like grinding crazy for rank, it doesn't feel good going in like a week later and then trying to start the grind.
No.
And I know that sounds really like, I don't know, like I'm complaining about my rank or whatever, but in season 1 or series 1 or whatever, I get so confused by the series season. I played the first, I didn't play the first week. I think I started the second week and like got all the way to diamond. And it was fantastic, super fun. And then the second series, I rated the first week, so I didn't touch it at all. I don't think I touched it until like the third week in. And then when I went in, it was like win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. Like my rank was net 0 every week, every day. And I was just like this is pointless. Like there's no rewards for me. Like I already have the achievements. So I was like, I don't really want to do this. And I just ended up playing casual the whole season. Like there was no incentive to play ranked because it felt like I was stuck in this like hole where I couldn't get out of. And I don't know, it's like if you don't grind it and like go crazy with it from the beginning, like you have no hope of like escaping bronze hell or gold hell or whatever it is you're in, you know?
It does feel like that too. I did have a similar experience to it where like I tried to get into it for a good bit there, and it was later within the the season series, whatever, right? And you just flip a coin basically on if your party's going to do anything, if the other side's going to be able to be I don't know, good or bad, whatever it's going to turn out to be. And since there's so many people now, it's so hard to have actual control over the direction of the match. You could try, you could do some stuff, but there's a lot of goofy things that will make your actions that you do your one-time really big hit. That's great, but the other team just slightly more coordinated and you lose. So I don't know. I'm hoping, I mean, at least within the ranking system that somehow that can change, but I don't know how. I mean, when you Feast, when I was playing it with the 4 versus 4, the roles were very specific, and it was very clear to see that this person is making a difference in that fight. Here it's much harder because it just feels like chaos, at least in the early stages to it. I'm sure a lot of that when people are intentionally doing things in the higher ranks, it makes a little bit more sense and you can actually plan around it. But I feel like it's just a lot of chaos at the beginning of people just clicking buttons and hoping things work out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But we'll see. I am excited to see, you know, that it's still active, that there's still people out there kind of pushing for it. And I have taken a peek at the community recently, and there are people putting on tournaments and stuff, and there's a decent amount of activity in comparison to Feast, which was always a struggle to get at least one event going ever. So. All right, well, the other things that we have in here that I wanted to talk about, let me see. Fatfest pre-order items. Did you guys get yours?
I got
No,
some things.
Yeah.
I looked at it, but then
I didn't get I wanted a mug, but I didn't get a mug.
How long were you in queue for, or whatever? Because it would tell you how many people were ahead of you.
Wait, really? I went in like late.
The
Like,
pre-order items?
I went in late. Like I went in, or I started looking at the stuff when I started my stream at like noon or so.
Yeah, it was like
And
2 in the afternoon, or I was like, oh, but then like the jacket was gone. Some of the keychains were gone. So I'm like,
people were saying that there were
Why?
116,000 people in front of them for certain items, and I
Oh.
was like, oh my god, that's a ton.
Did I do
Yeah.
something
Which is crazy to
weird?
me because these are like, if they're pre-orders, I'm assuming they're just like gauging interest of how many of these items.
Wouldn't they
can
just
print.
make
Why
more?
not just
Like,
make them infinite? Exactly.
why is
like,
it?
what-
Yeah, it's a pre-order. It's not like a thing in inventory. Like,
Yeah, just
like,
make more.
Just make more. Like, if just
Guys, I
remember
just
how
went
many
to the
people wanted
website
it.
and put stuff in my cart and said okay, and I was done. I don't know if I just did it at a weird time or something, but I had no line, no anything. It was just like going to a website and saying I wanted it and done.
Yeah, I got the shirts and stuff, but I'm just wondering, like, what do we get at FanFest then? I was a bit
Nothing.
confused there. I'm like, do you get like
we get the privilege of being there,
bag?
Todd. Duh.
True. We
Mhm.
get to be there. So
Yeah, I
sometimes
don't
it gets a
know.
little silly.
They did say this was round 1 or something, right?
Yeah,
it's
some
just-
people are cool enough to get the Puma gear. Wouldn't be me though.
Oh no.
Wouldn't be me.
Hold on.
Is he about to grab his Puma gear?
Oh, get out of here. Well, fine then. I see how it is.
You're gonna put it
I just
on
need a stretch, you know? Like, I'm just feeling so...
Yeah.
That should be like your new look. Just kind of like the hat just kind of resting on your head, just
Yeah.
off center.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
that's a nice. Oh, that is actually looks like a premium hoodie.
Yeah.
It is very
That
soft.
is.
Very comfy.
Oh, that looks great.
I will say chocolate gets on that pretty quick with a baby, so. Or, you know, some level of dirt or whatever gets on it. Todd, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Okay, Frost. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. It's okay. You know, I got the shoes too, but they didn't send it to me. I bought them. So,
No.
they're coming in sometime. They're
Don't
supposed to
worry.
come in
My
yesterday.
box is totally coming. Copium.
I don't know. I'm sorry. But yeah, I saw it. And I saw like a handful of people putting on like super like I look at him like, okay, these guys got filters on and they got all this good stuff. Mizz was one of them. And I'm like, oh wow, all these people looking so cool in this stuff. And I'm like, man, should I put up anything? Because like I'm just gonna be like, you know, just look like a dork because I don't know.
You should have.
Maybe. I'll wait for the shoes to come in. I got the dusty white, the dusty aqua white shoes.
Ooh.
And we'll see if they
Fancy.
can fit my feet. I don't know. Okay. FanFest pre-ordered. I bought a handful of different things. The acrylic thing, one of the acrylic ones. I didn't buy a lot of them because that stuff added up really quick.
I got some magnets.
Shirt. I got 3 shirts.
Mhm.
I did not get the jacket because I was like, I don't have $190 to blow on another jacket.
Yeah, I didn't get the pendant. That's like, I was like, damn.
It's so expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think the other stuff that they had on there, I'm trying to remember. I got 2 neck pillows.
Oh, you got the okay.
Got the Shiba one.
Did I get any plushies? I don't know if I did. I think maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. And the Marlboro. That one. I think that was it. But I mean, it does feel kind of weird because the excitement of like getting the merchandise from the event feels like it's missing, and honestly, it's not ever a good experience anyways. It's just the excitement of getting the merchandise there. Standing in line and going through all the nonsense is actually extra work that isn't fun. But it does feel weird not being able to get it directly from the event. I guess it's the right direction to take. I mean, honestly, the right direction is to do all this stuff online too and not in person, probably for cheaper experiences, but hope they don't.
Yeah, I low-key really like the digital fan fest.
Really?
It was like less stressful in general.
Are you going, by the way, Miss?
I am, yes.
Okay. And Todd, you're going.
I'll be there. Yeah.
And I'll be there as well. And so it is pretty interesting because I don't think I could ever miss a fan fest. But I know some people were kind of bowing out from this one just because it's kind of difficult and it just,
Yeah, it'll be really weird, like not seeing certain
happy.
faces.
Not seeing happy
Yeah,
there is
like,
going to be
what?
really weird for me.
No.
I mean, maybe eventually someone could twist his arm enough, or maybe, we will back him into a corner where he's like, there's no way I'm ever going to go, right? But I keep asking him. But maybe we should just keep bugging him until he gives in. What direction should we take here? Not bug him or bug him?
Oh, he's not going to go.
Or
Bug
do
him.
we say that? Do we give up and say, oh, he's not going to go. He's not going. He's done. And then
I've already bugged him.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's got to be a way. I don't know.
There's got to be a way.
Kidnap him.
Yeah.
Throw him in the back of your trunk. Drive to
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah. No. But we'll see. Okay. Well, that was one of the things near the end of it. I mean, and then there's ocean fishing in there. Guys, I haven't done ocean fishing at all. I know it's a good way to level up fishing and everything else as well, and then you get a title for being like really, really deep into it. But that is like just off to the side content I haven't even thought about. But they update it every once in a while. Are you guys excited about ocean? It's so weird. Like half the stuff that they update, I don't feel like I can have an intriguing conversation about. It's literally just okay.
It's like stuff that you kind of just do on the side, unless you are really big into trying to finish that fishing log, which I only just discovered a mere 3 weeks ago.
Did you?
Yeah, I had no idea it was that extensive. I literally thought it was just like the little like journal or whatever, where it shows you like the map and like little holes and stuff. I thought that was it. And then Solar was like, hey, click on the button that's like on the bottom left, and it opens up the entire like logbook or whatever with every fish in the game. And I was like, why would you show me this? Like, my brain will want this to be completed. How dare you show me this?
Completionist, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with ocean fishing, though, because up until, again, 3 weeks ago, I struggled and tried so hard to get that 10K achievement, which isn't even that hard to get the shark mount and stuff. It's like a shark mount and then like a title at 16K or something like that, or like a minion. Can't remember exactly. I remember trying so hard to get it, and I would just get horrible RNG. I would never get any rainbow spawns, and I would just get no points. I think the closest I got was like a 9.2K, and you need 10K for the achievement. I finally got it this like 3 weeks ago, so I'm like, yay, I got it finally. I can be relaxed and released from it, but now they're adding new stuff, so I don't know. It's like, it's cool stuff. Like some of the minions and stuff that you can get from it is awesome, like super cute. The mount is like, okay, I don't know. I just wanted it because it was like an achievement with a mount that I didn't have, right? So I was like, I need it. But it literally like terrorized me for so long. So I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
It just means new fish for people to catch for their logs and stuff, though, right? Mostly. Is your fisher leveled up, Frosty?
There are so many things not leveled up
Like,
on my
not
main
at all?
character.
That's fine. Me
I
too.
have
Me
it like
too. I
level
got plenty
20,
of
30,
things.
maybe.
But ocean fishing is fantastic for leveling up your fishing. Like you just go in there and you'll get 5 levels, especially at super low level stuff.
Yeah.
So it's super fun for just like leveling your fisher. Because
Yeah,
the
you're gonna-
alternative is like you're gonna shoot yourself in the head. It's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going for that title, right? The troller.
Yeah,
Right.
world class troller.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a
See,
good title.
here's the thing with titles. There are like a billion of them. And once you get them, what happens to the title? Do you wear it? You just have it in your
I've worn the
inventory
same title since when did UCOP come out? Whatever patch that was.
Yeah.
I've literally worn the exact same title ever since. Never changed it.
Yeah, because we could get all excited about titles and everything. The same thing with mounts for me. Every once in a while, okay, yeah, I want it. But then you just have the option of it. You never use it. It shows up in the roulette, at least in the mount roulette and the menu roulette. They'll just kind of randomly show up from time to time. With the title, you're just like, it's there. You have it in your collection, but you never really use it. So I don't know. Okay. I mean, that's like I'm going through the notes, guys. What else did I miss here with the live letter?
I think that's it, honestly. At least I don't think there's anything glaring that you missed. It wasn't like it's not that much stuff, honestly.
Yeah.
We'll obviously get more info on like the patch, the next live letter.
When did they say?
Like
Did they say when
6.4.
that was going to be?
I don't think they have a date for the live letter yet because it kind of gives away when the actual patch will be, I guess.
Right.
But I'm gonna assume mid-May is when it will be.
Mm-hmm.
They usually do it like the week before, right?
The week or two before, I would
Yeah.
guess, yeah. And then I guess they'll go a little bit more into the job changes and everything else with it, because they apparently are going to make job adjustments. How do you guys feel about the making job adjustments? Are we in a good place? What job needs adjustments?
I only play one job, so I have no idea.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
I'm not entirely sure. Like, I mean, I feel like a lot of jobs are in a good place. I think Machinist has gotten a good buff, perhaps. I mean, it's doing a lot of damage now. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a few tweaks or maybe potency tweaks every now and like for just like the way things are scaling, perhaps, with the gear. I can't see
think they
anything
said-
glaring.
Like Astro Dragoon is what is expected to be
Oh,
overhauled,
right.
but
A
not
big-
until
yeah, an
7.0.
Yeah,
really?
Astro's like down the road. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Astro. The only thing, never mind. We're good. I was gonna say the
I
only
just feel
thing
like
that
we
would
won't get anything major in
Yeah.
this patch until the expansion, you know?
I mean, there's some
Someone had a
ways to
It
question.
feels like they wouldn't waste the resources on that. I don't know, maybe, but
Yeah. No,
Someone
they-
said, Todd and MTQ, what advice do you have for? Do you mean Frosty doing his first ultimate? Is that was the question?
where?
no, Todd.
It
Clearly,
said
you've never
me.
cleared an
I
ultimate.
know my first ultimate.
Oh, I don't know.
Is this your first,
Mine?
Frosty? Yeah.
Yeah, in a way. The most I've ever gotten into UCOB was phase 1. I've never went into UU, and T phase 1 as well. Never
Oh my
done
god, and
anything else.
you're starting with top.
You're
Yeah.
starting with top. I'm so
You're
sorry.
starting
man.
with top.
I'm
Yeah.
actually.
Well,
I've
listen,
beaten
if
phase
you
1
can
and top
clear
already.
top-
So
Yeah, if you can clear this, then
That's-
it kind of will like strip the fulfillment you will get from the other ones.
yeah, you'll
I'm
be.
joking.
You'll be fine.
You'll get fulfillment from all of them for sure. But top. Ugh. Let's just hope it
Ugh.
doesn't taint your perception of ultimates.
what
Taint.
if
ultimate
you know
content in
what?
general.
You know what? What if I clear top before you guys clear it?
Then I will
I'll retire.
quit. Yeah.
I will quit. I'll you know,
What if if you clear before we do, you have
Yeah.
to come help us, please.
yeah, you have to come help. You can do the shot calling.
Okay. And I'm
Yeah.
leading this group too, by the way. Like
Well, then yeah, maybe you will clear before us.
I don't-
Maybe.
I don't know. And it is going to be pretty interesting. Because I haven't done any kind of static stuff for at least 4 or 5 years, 6 maybe. Because I've just stuck to Party Finder. But yeah, I've tried.
Man,
I mean,
I get someone in my chat that or they come into my chat every time I'm in top and they're like, how many totems does streamer have? I'm like,
Which ones? Servant totems?
no, that they mean top totems. I'm like,
Obviously.
This is definitely. Is
I
this
think
a
the most
re-clear?
depressing thing for me specifically is I have like little best command that shows like our prog point, and the saddest is like the last couple of weeks where like new people will come in and they'll do it, and it's the exact same clip. And it's been the same for like a week.
FAW, yeah.
How much time are you guys putting into it?
We raid 4 days a week, 3 hours.
It's 4 hours.
3
4 times
well,
4.
I don't know if we
I
raid
think.
like a full 4 hours.
Well,
So let's be real.
there's like bathroom breaks and people
yeah, like
being
3.5
late
hours maybe on average.
and then Cyrus talking, so that takes up like a good hour.
I don't think we've ever started on time either. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing 3 times 3, so much slower prog. But I can't get out of it. Like I have to find a path, even if we do this group and then it explodes. It's something horribly. I have to go through the wreckage and fire and still go. Like there is no
that's
way.
like the natural progression of like any ultimate prog. Like that's fine.
Yeah, I have
that'll happen.
Literally no way out because I made a ridiculous donation goal during the world race and I have to keep to it, right? And I am not gonna let a challenging fight make a liar out of me. So it may be 8.0, but this fight will be cleared. Yeah,
it will happen. Don't worry.
For a while.
Yeah, it's okay, and I'm okay with it.
I know.
Yeah, but we'll see. Again,
just get real comfy with Omega. You're gonna see it a lot.
Yep.
More than any other Ultimate Phase 1.
Here's the thing, like I've done enough Party Finder to where I'm pretty numb to doing the exact same thing over and over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need that.
You
need that dissociation to go.
So I'm kind of okay with it right now. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Besides that, there is a lot of really exciting stuff. Just with what they announced for me personally going forward, with them. Talking about the PvP season or whatever ending this coming week. That means that people aren't going for rank anymore over the next few weeks. I could probably throw a PvP tournament out there sometime before the next season starts, and people will be available to do it because they're not trying to build their rank up. So that's actually pretty good for me, at least in my head, right? Then, of course, with Savage coming out, then there is the Savage World Race. Then right afterwards, just Party Finder Savage until FanFest. I mean, that's literally what it's going to be for me. So it's a lot of that. And then Criterion Dungeon will come out, and that'll be a weird one. But it's content. It's content out there. And I'm at a point to where I'm just going to make a world race out of literally everything. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest, though. I know we were joking a little bit around the beginning. Them dropping that golf comment at the very beginning of the show.
Why?
Just so he could say, you should put it in there. Really started to make me think that there is literally a chance that they will add that to the game. There is a chance that we will somehow see a Final Fantasy XIV Gold Saucer golf game.
I'm trying to think of
if you
any
could only
point.
Have one.
Yeah.
Blitzball or golf?
Blitzball.
I mean, it's Blitzball, obviously. However they could make that work. Blitzball. Mario Golf, one of my favorite games in the world. Hot Shots Golf, love it. Right? But Blitzball, where is Blitzball besides Final Fantasy X? Right? There is literally nowhere you can get anything. For Blitzball again, they can try to relive the wonderful feeling of playing Blitzball in Final Fantasy X for all the people who, of course, adored it and loved it. I know there's some people who are against that opinion.
What if it's like putt or something, like a mini golf in the Gold Saucer?
I mean, Discord has golf games on it.
That could be fun.
Just throw it in there. You make it happen. I mean, seriously, all you need to do to put a golf game into Final Fantasy XIV, they have a little meter that goes back and forth, right? You put that in there, you try to time it right, and then the closer to the middle, the better you hit forward or exactly where you're trying to hit it, right? Throw in a couple of wind conditions where you have typhoons on the side that could maybe blow the ball one way or another. Done.
Mini golf is the way to go.
Yeah.
They can get very creative with that.
Yeah, it is. They could easily put it in the game.
Ooh, what if you had play your housing, like your outdoor furniture, like you could make a mini golf course, and people could come visit your house, play your course. Then you buy up a whole neighborhood and you make like, several.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you could. So I think that we are going to see something. There is literally a chance it's going to be in the game. So we'll see. I mean, Lords of Dominion did they make any April Fool's jokes yet? Did the Final Fantasy 14 account make any April Fool's jokes? Did we see any of those? Because that's what Lords of Dominion was.
I realized like every April 1st, I like start scrolling and then I'm like, oh, that's funny. Oh, that's weird. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's April
Okay.
1st. And then I like throw my phone away and I
I literally just don't
I
look at the
stop.
internet.
Yeah.
Usually.
I'm too gullible for this.
Yeah. I like, okay, well, I'm not going to get what I normally would get from doing this today. I have no interest in getting a bunch of jumbled information. I'm out. I just leave. It's a no phone day. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like they have any April Fool's jokes out, but maybe I'm missing it. Who knows?
Subreddits do though.
Subreddits. They're bored. They're like, hey, let's do something. All right, cool.
I thought it was cute. I like it.
I didn't actually.
I like
see
any
it.
sort of collaboration between WoW players and 14 players. I love it.
It is nice, right? It used to be a lot worse, but I feel like the crossover is getting a little bit better now than it was before. Fidget spinners, yeah. That was
Very
pretty
real.
funny. That was pretty funny, by the way. It's funny they sent you a whole set for
It's
it.
kind of backfiring though because people are demanding that they actually sell these, so I don't know.
Oh man. I mean, there are useless keys you could get rid of. I mean, and throw them on this side here. Like I have a key over here. I don't even know what it does anymore, but I changed it to a different keycap because I was like, I'm never going to use it. But yeah, no. I think that might be it. I think that's really all the changes they were talking about with this live letter. Was it kind of what you guys were expecting? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think
wasn't
so.
expecting like too much information, honestly. I feel like I got more than I expected because of like the Blue Mage and all the extra little things that we're getting after the patch. But yeah, it's like one of those like in between live letters, you know what I mean? Like where it's like I mean, it's significant for certain things, but it's not like a major chunk of content that I usually look forward to.
Yeah. I am really looking. This is honestly going to be the first Savage, hopefully, that I can go full force into and literally play the week it comes out. I've never been able to do that before, so.
How can you do that with the world first race at the same time?
Right.
Oh, I just
How
wait
you
for
do
it.
that? Exactly.
It's going to end in a day. I just jump into Party Finder right after.
The next day? Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's
I'm not
fair.
too worried about it. I do. I really want it to last longer. I'm gonna say this over and over again, but after literally going through that experience of bonding with so many people over 6 days of 24 hours a day content, and it being over, and then thinking
We
about
rocked that,
Savage,
man. We rocked it.
yeah, literally, it's gonna be over in a day. It feels so like I feel cheated. I feel
You have to
cheated.
get your pilk ready. Just prime
You
and
have to,
ready.
like,
We're not
speedrun
doing
all
that,
that
dude. It's
next
over.
time.
Pilk is that dies with that ultimate.
Okay, well, it'll be something else then.
it's
Yeah.
done. I had so many people come back and be like, "Man, I was just so tired of Pilk by the end of that." I felt
Oh, it's
I
nice
guess
to see,
they were tired of it when they didn't even have to like
probably.
partake, you know?
yeah.
It's nice to see Rook get the clear. By the way.
Oh yeah, we got her through P8S.
Mhm.
That was actually really exciting.
Good.
We did it mostly because we got rid of Todd.
Yep, they got rid of me. I was the dead weight in the group. Yeah.
So it worked out. But no, that was an experience. It's we were just like, hey, let's just get everybody through from the caster desk that we could that wants to do it through P8S. I was the first one. I did it in on a random Tuesday without everybody, and then we were working to get Bebop and Rook through afterwards, and it was fun. It felt good.
It's
It
fun.
felt good to be in an organized group again. You know how it's been a long time since I played with friends and literally try to get through content like that.
Imagine raiding with friends.
I know
Yeah.
people you like. Jeez.
Yeah, that's stupid. I mean, all good raiders know you don't care about the people you raid with. They just need to be good at the game. Which, if you're in a group where they're not good at the game,
Yeah, I see your point. Okay. All right. Can you- Don't worry, we got plenty of top memes. It's okay. It's all right.
yeah. Dude, don't worry. I'm healing top. So just imagine all the nonsense that's going to happen over the next, like, 6, 7, 8, 20 months with me and all the stupidity that you'll see on the internet from that. So we'll see.
Man. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. Well, I mean, if that's it, there's probably just a couple other things to talk about here. One being, maybe a couple mild expectations on what we're going to see from FanFest. If you think there's going to be more than one new job.
I think we'll get 2.
You
That's
think
my
we'll get
call.
two?
We'll get a caster. I think range.
Range caster. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Caster in a fizz range.
Caster
or-
fizz range. I'd say.
That feels weird. For some reason, that just feels really weird. Getting too ranged. I don't know.
I feel like definitely a caster though.
I feel like we're going to get a caster, and after we get the caster, they're going to give us a new limited job.
Yeah. We could maybe like a
Beastmaster.
puppet master, beast master,
Yeah.
something.
But can you imagine like all the work they're going to have to do to balance out another limited job through content? And like, so I don't even know. You know, either they could just completely wipe it, or they.
What
could
if
just-
they get enough limited jobs where you can do 8-man limited job content, like with different roles of those limited jobs, like blue, pup, beast, and then corsair. I don't know. Just
Come on, keep going. Keep going. Think of 8 limited
Did
jobs. I
someone
dare
say
you.
Corsair?
yeah,
Corsair.
I did.
Yeah.
That was a
You've
thing.
activated my shill
Yeah.
mode.
Hashtag ad.
You know, Corsair has some really nice headsets.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They do.
They certainly do.
Yeah. They're pretty good. Oh man. Anyways.
Green mage, maybe that.
Green Mage is another one. Alchemist is one that you could probably throw in there.
Yeah, chemist. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Just think of like the Final Fantasy Tactics jobs.
Yeah.
Mime. Mediator.
Yeah, you could probably figure it out.
Oracle. Yeah.
Oracle. I mean, a lot of
Onion
this stuff
Knight.
gets really close to
Onion Knight.
Man, after your Eureka Orthos, Onion Knight's gonna be a little bit too overpowered, I think.
I want to be an Onion Knight.
Holy crap. Man, Onion Knight is literally the biggest Giga Chad like implementation of an NPC ever. So I don't know. Okay, well, I mean, that's what I'm expected to. It's just a caster. And then we'll see from there.
Oh yeah, calculator. Yeah, that'd be good.
Calculator. But
For all the math wizards in this game. What is 2 plus 3? Ah!
Is 1 a prime number?
Is 1 a prime number? You died. You killed your group.
I'm sure they would have an ability called Prime, or something of that nature. Okay. The other things from FanFest, they're gonna have a trailer. They're gonna have.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be hype. Yeah, trailer,
have the trailer out. I think that's gonna be the biggest hype point of everything.
keynote, and trailer. I think.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. Then after that, I'm looking forward to like Japanese barbecue.
I mean, Korean barbecue.
No, Japanese barbecue.
Japanese barbecue. Okay.
Have you had Japanese barbecue before? It's kind of like
can't say I
Korean
have.
barbecue. It's in the same kind of like, I guess, situation, but it's they had one that was really famous down there. It closed down, but hopefully they have another one out there.
I keep hearing about Korean barbecue. When people talk about Vegas.
I mean, there's Korean barbecue out there too.
I mean, I'll get both. I love food. I love good food.
Yeah.
Food buffs.
Yeah.
So toxic.
We had, I'm pretty sure, ramen for every meal last FanFest, so I
Yeah.
expect that again.
I had so
Some
much
really
of
good
just
ramen down there.
whatever restaurant was in the casino. I did a
They
lot of
got
that.
some buffets and stuff, right? That's a thing.
Well, it's not in the casino this time, but I mean, it's close to one. So probably
I'm gonna go
over
to
there.
a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. I'd
There's
like
plenty.
to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, there are.
Burger was pretty good when I went to it.
The steak one, steakhouse.
Yeah. But man, we'll see. I'm planning to hang out with a lot of people. It's gonna be weird for me because I don't think Kerr's gonna go. She might stay home and just stay with the baby. And so it'll be the first time I go to one without her. So that'll be kind of weird. But other than that, it's I'm looking.
You can hang out with us, I guess. I mean,
yeah, I guess so.
yeah.
But there's so many content creators that there's so many people to hang out with. The biggest issue is finding time for everybody to hang out.
For everyone, I know some people have like maybe just they're only there for like just that weekend, like, and it's an expensive trip, so I get it. Like, I'm actually turning it into like a longer vacation, so we're staying there like over a week.
Yeah,
just hanging out like before and after. So whoever's
I'm gonna be honest with you, Vegas. After a couple of days, you're done.
Yeah, I hate Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas.
Well, there's like
days.
stuff kind of nearby you could probably like check out, but yeah, there's just gonna be so many people there. I just want to like have enough adequate time to like hang out and talk to. And,
yeah,
just get some good food, just chit chat.
Yeah,
nice.
I want to do that as well. That's gonna be my biggest thing is setting up breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Hell yeah, I love breakfast. I want brunch. Who's down for some brunch? Some pancakes.
So do breakfast, brunch, lunch. What's the lunch dinner one?
Roll me out of there,
man.
Second lunch.
Second breakfast.
Teas.
Yeah, 11 teas. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Afternoon tea. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've extended this long enough. I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping up the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was fun. I wish there was more to talk about on this. I do wish it was as crazy as we were starting at the beginning of the show. That would have been fun and exciting. But I'm looking at this. I'm like, well, what if I do another show based on what was released here and really do a deep dive into anything? There's nothing. Makes me a little sad. Because this is all stuff that we've heard again and we've expected, and there's nothing too major or crazy. I mean, the Blue Mage is a little bit interesting. Island Sanctuary we're expecting, but last time I tried to do a show in Island Sanctuary, it was like, it's neat.
It's like they've got all these systems. It's like they could be a lot better, and and some of the other things that hopefully they address a lot of it in 7.0. Like just there's things that just drive me insane. Like in this game, it's just now portraits are driving me insane. Anytime you change a portrait, it's like you gotta like go back in and edit it, and then it reverts to like the yearbook photo, the DMV photo, and the whole like social tabs and friends list. Like I always complain about that. It's just it's run by like a dial-up modem. Like all your friends have to load. Anytime you like switch out to anything else, like all 200 friends have to load, and then that set of friends is different than this other set of friends, and it's like it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Like I hope those systems don't get
Why
overlooked.
do you need a friend list in a game? What does it do for you?
Well, not this friend list kind of sucks. You don't know who's on. Like
Discord, you're good.
Copy BattleNet. Just copy that.
Just copy BattleNet.
Cut and paste. Copy paste. Yeah, just you can see people online. Okay, who's on? Okay, cool. And then you can right click. You can invite them to groups. Like there's some really cool systems in WoW.
So you want Final Fantasy to create its own kind of like side launcher that has Final Fantasy 11 in it, Final Fantasy 14, and some of the other Final Fantasy games, kind of like that.
I mean, it already has the launcher.
Yeah. You could, but like, you could. I mean, maybe not like something that big. It doesn't have to be like that crazy. Like, but just being able to interact with your friends better, and for them to like see. Like, so the one thing in WoW I really like is if you have your friends list open, right? You can see people that are queued up for things. Like a party finder listing or a dungeon or whatever it is they're doing. Like, oh, they need something or they need someone. Like, I can hop in. I can see my friends on whatever server. It doesn't matter, and I can just jump in. Like, I can queue into whatever they need. And I think we should have something like that.
It's not a bad idea. I think that it could be good. You guys still use the mobile app?
I know.
The Final Fantasy or Battle.net? What are we talking about now?
Final Fantasy has a mobile app.
I've never used it, actually.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever used it. Yeah,
you get like an extra retainer, I think, or something, right?
An emote, I guess, but yeah, no, I've never used it.
Yeah, we get the emote and then you forget about it.
They put so much work into that too. They had to have put so much work into that, and I barely remember it exist.
Well, I mean, if they didn't have the emote, like, I don't think people would be using it.
Yeah,
maybe some people. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and wrap up the show.
Okay. Anyway.
All right. Before we leave, I want to say thanks both for coming on the show and having a chat with me and humoring me for April's 1st. You know, having a little April's Fool. I think that was fun. It was fun. It was fun to mess around.
It's fun. It's fun. It's great.
But yeah, I appreciate you both coming on. And I'm looking forward to all the crazy stuff that's going to be happening within the next couple of months. Miz, would you like to go first and just telling people, you know, where they could find you, any little shout outs, and maybe what people could expect in the next handful of months from you and channel, if you want to do that too?
You're expecting me to plan ahead? What?
Yeah, I don't know.
She's thinking about her next nap.
Yeah, literally.
Man, I'll tell you, I think about that all the time. So
yeah, that's what having kids is like. It sucks.
we should, you know what? Maybe we should have a show about raising kids while playing Final Fantasy 14 and being a content creator.
Yeah, it would be I don't know, it might scare people away from the pursuit of the passion of the profession.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Well, you can find me daily, twitch.tv/MTQCapture, or on all my socials under MTQ Capture. You said next 4 months? Oh gosh, I don't even know.
Next 5, 6 years, 2 years,
months?
3 years.
Yeah, just
Let's just 5 year
there's
plan.
content in game. You can expect new guides. Outside of that, I'll be stuck in top hell on my stream until we clear.
Yeah, it sucks. I hate top so much.
But hopefully we clear soon. I don't know.
I hope so.
But yeah, every day, twitch.tv/MTQ Capture. And yeah, I just putz around and play horror games when we're not stuck in top. So
what horror games did you play recently?
I've played The Demonologist. Have you heard of it?
No.
Have you heard of Phasmophobia?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I was
so
watching you play
like that.
Yeah.
But different with more jump scares, and it's actually scarier. And I've had like 4 heart attacks in the last 3 days. It's very sorry. It's very scary, but it's good.
Yeah. Are they yelling for you?
They are.
I hear it in the background.
I've reached the limit, I think.
Okay. Sorry. Every once in a while, Ellie will come and pound on my door, and just to do it, I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do anything for you right now.
That's cute.
All right, Todd, your turn.
Okay, sure. You can find me at twitch.tv/Llamatodd or Twitter @Llamatodd. Since Miz and I we're progging top together, so yeah, we're in that fun area together, and hopefully we clear. Hopefully we clear before the next raid tier, or just soon, so we have like some semblance of a break between content. Because I would like to play like, oh my god, some other games, but yeah, that's kind of like what's coming up, and I'm really hyped for FanFest. And I guess more immediately, a bit more on a serious note, but I will be having my surgery on Tuesday, my heart surgery. So like that procedure is going to happen. So I'll be out the next week.
Yeah.
But
I wish you the best with that. That's not fun.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, it's gonna be fine though.
Of course, it'll be fine.
Super stoked for FanFest though.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. I am really looking forward to hanging out with both you guys over there.
Oh, me too.
Because it's been a long time. I think Miz, the last time we saw each other was Shadowbringers
That
Media
first
Tour.
FanFest, right? Or was it
Shadowbringers Media Tour.
Oh, Media Tour, sure,
Ooh.
sure. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, that happened a while back. Yeah.
And
It's
this will
been
be
a
my
while.
first fan fest.
Yeah, this will be the first time I think I've met you in person, Todd. So
Oh yeah, this will be first for me meeting anyone in the community like in person.
everybody's different. They're all fake online, just to let you know.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
Except me.
they're all pretend. You'll get there, everyone's real snooty, and they're talking in like, it's like when you watch, if you ever watch Walking Dead and you know Andrew Leakin, you listen to him how he talks on that show, and then you hear him off as an actor, and you're like, that accent is not right.
Real voices.
That's
Yeah, I totally have a
exactly-
British accent, IRL.
Yeah, all for show.
Mhm.
Nah. Well, but follow both of these wonderful people if you haven't already. I'm sure most of you guys are here because you do follow them. So that should be fine as well. Yeah, all the information is here on the screen for people who are listening. They said it out loud. Llamatodd, MTQ capture. You guys could figure that out, I'm sure. And I'll put it also in the description for everything, so it'll be there. And next week, I am not entirely sure about the topic for MogTalk, but I am devoted to getting another show going. I was hoping that this live letter would spawn a lot of different topics for the next coming weeks, but we look a little short here. We look a little short, but there are some other things that I do want to talk about, and we'll see how that goes. And for those that are unfamiliar with this whole little weird journey that I'm having with maybe trying out full-time streaming, we have made a decision to give it one more month and see how everything goes. This has been a great journey. I enjoy, it's weird. I get around to Sunday, and then I get around to Monday, and I'm like, I'm a little excited. I'm a little happy. Maybe I'm just like, I haven't been doing it long enough, but
You're not jaded and bitter like the rest of us
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to turning on the stream and just chilling and talking with people and kind of hanging out. Like it's such a better feeling than the previous job I had, which was absolutely miserable because I would get to Monday and be like, I feel like I'm just going to be sad for the next 5 days.
I feel that. I definitely feel that. Like the transition from like a corporate office job and like doing reports and meetings, and it's like, this is nice. I mean, this is also something you work very hard. Like you're probably going to work a lot harder than like previous jobs because it's just you like managing everything. So it's.
I'm gonna be honest. This is 10 times easier than what I've done so far. I mean, there's a lot I need to do. There's
that's
still more work.
Great to hear, man.
Yeah.
That's great to hear.
There's a lot more, but it's also more enjoyable. The reason why is, I killed myself with my last job anyways, with like 70, 80 hours work weeks and going overboard and doing everything. But instead, I'm using that passion towards something that I enjoy. So it feels a little bit better. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Man.
Hold on to that because that is what will keep you going.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyways, guys, we'll have that. We have a whole nother month to go. And it's going to be a lot of fun. There's lots of exciting stuff. We have Top coming up. We have lots of events coming up, and we have some exciting news next week that we'll go over next week as well. And even more exciting news maybe a month or two after that. There is so much stuff down the pipeline. It's insane at this point. But just hang tight until we can announce all that stuff. And until then, you guys be good, keep cool, stay frosty. Everybody wave and say bye.
Bye-bye.